I'm thrilled to welcome you all to the Germantown campus of Montgomery College for this symbolic groundbreaking ceremony. I'm John Compton. I'm the chair of the board of the Pinkney Innovation Complex for Science and Technology Foundation and a founding director. And today is a especially significant event for the foundation, which, as you all know, we refer to as PIC-MC. I extend the greatest appreciation to all our honored guests who are here today. You include current and former PIC-MC board members, Montgomery College officials and key staff, representatives of our development partners, senior leadership and staff of Hughes Network Systems and of their parent EchoStar, and elected officials of Montgomery County and of the state of Maryland. Indeed, we will hear remarks from a number of you shortly. The true significance of this occasion is that we are celebrating an expansion of the partnership between Hughes Network Systems and Montgomery College, which is being fostered by the construction of the state-of-the-art manufacturing facility on PIC-MC property here on the campus at 19710 Observation Drive. The Pinkney Innovation Complex for Science and Technology Foundation was created in 2011 as the Montgomery College Life Sciences Park, under the auspices of college president Darion Pollard and the Board of Trustees, and with the following purpose: to support the mission of the college and promote the advancement of student education by fostering and expanding educational and research opportunities for faculty and students through academic industry partnerships. The foundation works to enhance and align the work of the college with those of technology businesses by co-locating businesses on campus. We aim to create an integrated hub that actively promotes interaction between technology company staff, faculty, and students to achieve the collective goal of educational and economic success. Several industry facilities are already located on the campus. The Germantown Innovation Center, located on Goldenrod Lane, a 32,000 square foot wet lab facility for startup biotech companies, and Holy Cross Germantown Hospital, built 10 years ago as the anchor partner of the college and of PIC-MC. The groundbreaking today is a milestone for the college and for PIC-MC. In 2018, we conceived of a plan for developing the 5.7 acre parcel at 19710 Observation Drive. I want to give you an idea of the complex series of steps we have navigated in the intervening 4 years to bring this project to fruition. In order, some of these were: obtaining planning board approval for a preliminary plan of subdivision, achieving inclusion of the Germantown campus into a Maryland Rise Zone and a Federal Opportunity Zone, approvals by the Montgomery College Board of Trustees and state agencies for this first-of-a-kind development project on community college property, attracting a private sector developer to lease and fund construction of a building on the site and selection of Minkoff and Shear Partners as our partner developers, identifying Hughes Network Systems as a potential tenant, approving the details of the manufacturing facility planned for the site, and of the partnership agreement between Hughes and Montgomery College. And finally, in August, the signing of the concluding document required to proceed with construction, the ground lease. Today is the culmination of the efforts of many of you who are present today and many who worked behind the scenes tirelessly to get to this moment. We know that getting to this moment has not been easy, but doing something innovative for the first time rarely is. We, and that includes everyone here today and many who aren't, have been breaking virtual ground for over 10 years. We know access to talent drives economic development, and you know that Montgomery College develops the talent in our county. You never wavered in your belief and commitment to an ideal that integrating talent development and economic development on a community college campus will be transformative. So much for the big picture. Before I bring my introductory remarks to a close, I wish to recognize several individuals whose support and commitment to the mission of the PIC-MC Foundation I believe deserve special mention at today's event. The first person I must mention, again, is former Montgomery College President Darion Pollard, who in 2011, early in her tenure, promoted creation of our unique entity, PIC-MC, and who provided unwavering support and encouragement as the foundation grew into its role. We owe much to Doug Wren, whose exemplary service as chair for the first 5 years guided the board and PIC-MC in laying the foundation for this initial development project. Doug continues as a contributing current member of the board of directors. Today's achievement is in no small part due to Martha Shoemaker, who is here today and who served as the first executive director of PIC-MC for 8 years until 2021. Her operational skills, enthusiasm, and tireless promotion of the PIC-MC mission and the Germantown campus contributed hugely to achieving development of this project. I'm very pleased to be able to recognize Melanie Kandell today, who in her role as board engagement and marketing director of PIC-MC for almost 10 years, and organizer of this event, by the way, has tirelessly facilitated PIC-MC operations and supported the board of directors and our 2 executive directors. Plaudits are due to Jim Muir, former PIC-MC board member and my predecessor as board chair, for his steady leadership and commitment to Montgomery College that contributed significantly to this milestone achieved today. I also want to acknowledge the role of Michael Smith, current executive director of PIC-MC, whose professional real estate development experience and endless patience proved up to the task of working with all parties to this project to successfully resolve both routine and some special challenges, thus making possible today's groundbreaking. I'd now like to recognize the other past and current PIC-MC board members who are here today for their continuous hard work and dedication over the years. As I read your names, I ask you to please stand and be recognized. Dr. Gail Wasserman, Alan DeLeon, Steve Kaufman, 3 of our directors who have proven invaluable as leadership, part of the leadership of Montgomery College, being Dr. Sanjay Rai. Sanjay's here somewhere? There. Margaret Latimer and Dr. Stephen Kane. Current board members Herman Cruz, Manish Kathari, Perry Paler, Yum-Yu Cheng, Zach Swicker, Dr. Orit Scharf, former board member Tom Rogers, and Dr. Michael Lynn. Thank you, all of you, for your dedication. I have only a few more recognitions to offer to you. PIC-MC has been fortunate to work with very collaborative development partners. I'd like to recognize Andy Chaud, Bradley Chaud, and Robert Scheer and their team from Minkoff and Scheer Partners. Brad, there, 3 of them are here. And once again, Jim Muir, this time in his professional capacity with Hughes, and all of the Hughes Network Systems team. And finally, the invaluable contributions of our legal advisors, Vernon Lynch and Diane Jones. Together, all of you have poured the initial solid foundation for this project, so to speak, having successfully worked through the details and brambles of agreements that were the prerequisite for these groundbreaking ceremonies. I conclude by offering my sincere appreciation to the new president of Montgomery College, Dr. Jermaine Williams, who certainly had no idea what he was getting into with PIC-MC just 7 months ago when he assumed his leadership role. Thank you for your support and for trusting this team and this partnership. Now, that's the end of the introduction. Now I'll introduce the next speaker. All of this would not be possible without the foresight of Dr. Hercules Pinkney, the namesake and visionary behind the Innovation Complex. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Pinkney, who is no stranger to Montgomery College or to the Germantown campus. Between 2000 and 2009, he served as vice president and provost of the Germantown campus. He served as the college's point person for an innovative project to construct a life sciences technology park, a county-operated technology incubator, and the Bioscience Education Center on the Germantown campus. Additionally, he served the institution commendably as interim president of Montgomery College from 2009 to 2010 and helped facilitate the Holy Cross German Hospital being located on this campus as the anchor tenant of the complex. In recognition of his outstanding leadership of the institution, the college's Board of Trustees named the Science and Technology Park on the Germantown campus the Pinkney Innovation Complex for Science and Technology for Montgomery College in his honor. Please welcome Dr. Hercules Pinkney to the podium.
Good morning. This feels like coming home, a homecoming. So many faces that I recognize, and this venue, Globe Hall, is where so many of the activities we all shared when I was here. It's hard to believe it's been 21 years since this idea was even conceived. Many people I was talking to was talking about the last 10 years. Well, I'm going to take you back further. When I shared with my wife that I'd been invited to speak today, she said, well, you don't need to worry about a speech. You got it in your head. Because she knows I've been living with this project for the last 21 years. That's how much I love the college and the concept. By the way, honey, would you stand, let everybody see you? This is Pat Pinkney, my wife. Where should I start? I guess I want to begin by saying that I'm so happy that we are here today as we look at the extraordinary collaboration that has resulted in the development of what we now call the Pinkney Innovation Complex for Science and Technology. As we come together today to celebrate yet another milestone of achievements with the groundbreaking of this new Hughes high-tech manufacturing building, I'm privileged to share a brief history of this phenomenal undertaking of establishing a science and technology park on the Germantown campus of Montgomery College. Back in 2000, there was a growing demand for lab and office space in an exploding biotech industry. This prompted the county to commission a study to locate suitable land for the construction of a 40-acre life sciences business park. The Germantown campus became the chosen location. The college negotiated a deal for land from a nearby landowner with county funding. The college then agreed to designate 20 acres of the campus to the development of a 40-acre business park. With the tremendous collaboration between the college and the county, state, and federal government, and local biotech and technology industry, as well as with several institutions of higher education, the Germantown Development Project was conceived. The college's Board of Trustees endorsed this concept of the Germantown Development Project, which included the core location of the Science and Technology Business Park with a high technology business incubator and the proposed Bioscience Education Center, all to create opportunities for synergy between the college and the science and technology businesses. Also, the board called for the creation of a nonprofit organization to represent the interests of the college in the development of the Science and Technology Business Park. That led to the appointment of the PIC Foundation Board. Today's groundbreaking of the Hughes Network Systems satellite broadcast production facility here on the Germantown campus supports part of the original vision of providing training and job opportunities for community college students here at Montgomery College. Our preliminary research indicated that that most successful research business parks were anchored by a healthcare entity. In 2014, taking too far back, 2014, Holy Cross Germantown Hospital opened for service as the anchor tenant of the business park. Since 2001, we have experienced significant milestones in addition to the ones I've already mentioned, including the lease and eventual purchase of the Goldenrod building to house the business incubator, as well as faculty and administrative space for the college. In 2018, the college achieved the RISE Zone designation, the first community college in the state and the first RISE Zone in Montgomery County. We enjoy several firsts. Montgomery College is the first community college in the nation on which a research business park is located, and is the only community college accepted as a member of the Association of University Research Parks. Additionally, Montgomery College is the first community college anywhere in our country to house a full-service hospital. There are many others that I would love to share with you, but we are here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of the new Hughes Network Systems satellite broadcast production facility. Please join me in thanking Hughes Network Systems, Minkoff Development Corporation, and South Duval Real Estate Investments for their foresight in partnering with the college to erect a 140 square foot high-tech manufacturing building here on the Germantown campus. I wish to extend also my deep appreciation to all of the elected officials, business leaders, college administration, faculty, and staff under the able leadership of Dr. Williams, our new president, our board of trustees, the College Foundation Board, the PIC-MC Foundation Board, as well as all of the individuals who contribute to the continued realization of the PIC-MC vision, and particularly to today's celebration. May God continue to bless each one of you. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Michael Brintnall. I'm chair of the Board of Trustees of Montgomery College. And I bring greetings from the Board of Trustees to all of you. Thank you, Dr. Pinkney, for your remarks, and Chair Compton, and to all of the guests who are here. I want to acknowledge Dr. Ken Hoffman, who's one of our board members who are with us, and Trustee Anise Cody, who are both in the audience. It's a privilege to be here as part of this project. Montgomery College, as you know, and have heard the history, but you know well from experience, is a community college. Two parts there. We're a college that's committed to the learning process for our students and moving them on in the path in their lives that they choose for themselves. But we're also committed to the community, the economic growth of the community, the quality of life within the community, the opportunity that the community provides for all. So for us to be able to be a part of this project and of the projects that the PIC-MC advances is really an especially rewarding opportunity for our board. It is equally rewarding for me to stand here to introduce our new president of Montgomery College, Dr. Jermaine Williams. He has been with us since February, March of this year. His inauguration, formal inauguration, the symbolic inauguration, hasn't even occurred yet. It happens in 10 days or so, coming up. But I think nobody would say that he feels like a newcomer. He has been with us, is actively engaged in connecting with the community as one can possibly imagine, meeting with students and faculty, meeting with the business community, working with our academic partners, connecting with other community groups in a way that has really positioned his role and our opportunities for advancing ideas similar to what we've been able to accomplish here across many other realms within the community. He comes with experience in academic administration as a former president. He comes with a strong academic background, Lafayette College, St. John's University, a doctorate from Temple University. But especially important for our discussion here, he comes with a commitment to a vision of success that brings students and community together. So I'm delighted to be able to introduce and hand the podium off to Dr. Jermaine Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Brintnall, and welcome, everybody. How fantastic is this day, right? I know we're all excited about this day. I'm so pleased to be here welcoming, our newest resident partner to the Pinkney Innovation Complex for Science and Technology at Montgomery College. Welcome. Thank you to our honored guest for joining us on this occasion. It took the work of so many, as we have heard and we will continue to hear throughout this brief opportunity this morning, to bring this project to fruition. The work of so many years, so many individuals. And I see that many of the leaders of these efforts are here today. So this is truly your celebration, right? I'm thankful to be here after 7 months to be able to be in front of you, but truly this is built on the shoulders of so many of the individuals who are here and individuals who are not with us today. Dr. Michael Brintnall, as you heard, our chair of Montgomery College Board of Trustees. As you heard, we have two other board members in the audience, Dr. Kenneth Hoffman and Trustee Anise Cody. Thank you for being here. Dr. John Compton, chair, PIC-MC Foundation Board. All the past and current PIC-MC Foundation Board members who are with us or who are watching or will be watching this great event. MC Foundation Board members, Congressman David Trone, Maryland's 6th Congressional District, State Senator Nancy King, 39th District, County Council President Gabe Albornoz, Rich Madaleno, Montgomery County's Chief Administrative Officer, Pradman Kaul, CEO and partner and president of Hughes, Andy Chad, co-president, Minkoff Development Corporation, Bradley Chad, co-president, Minkoff Development Corporation, Robert Shear, president, Shear Partners, Bill Tompkins, president of MCEDC, I see you, as well as your colleagues here from MCEDC, past provosts of the Germantown campus, Dr. Hercules Pinkney, Dr. Sanjay Rai, Margaret Latimer, past executive director of PIC-MC, Martha Shoemaker, to name a few individuals. On behalf of Montgomery College, just let me say welcome and thank you so very much to Hughes Network System. I want to recognize the many individuals who made today possible, starting with Shear Partners, which marketed and leased the project, Minkoff Development and South Duval, which have done the heavy lifting on the development efforts to make this partnership a reality. I give a very big thank you to the PIC-MC Foundation Board of Directors and John Compton, and Foundation Board members, past and present, for your vision, support, and your guidance. And I can tell you just in a short 7 months, I've seen the vision, the support, and yes, the guidance. So I'd be remiss and say that, if I didn't say your leadership has meant so much to PIC-MC Executive Director Mike Smith and the many college staff who worked on this effort. I'd also be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Joyce Matthews, who stepped into her interim senior vice president role of advancement and community engagement just a few weeks before I stepped into this role. So Joyce, thank you very, very much. It is an absolute triumph, and it's a first for Montgomery College. I thank all of you for your time, expertise, and patience in pursuing this worthy goal. Dr. Pinkney mentioned this has been an idea for a couple of decades, and so patience, I think, is a word that we definitely can embrace this morning, seeing everything come to fruition. I know it has been a journey to get here, and that makes today's launch even more special. Your unwavering belief in the mission of PIC-MC is something to celebrate. And I think that's something, that tie that binds all of us here today, is our unwavering support for the mission of PIC-MC. I also want to acknowledge the support of the college's Board of Trustees, as well as county and state officials who have joined us. Thank you very much. We have received so much support for our mission of empowering students and enriching the community from our government bodies. We're truly appreciative. It is a shared mission, really, because higher education touches so many stakeholders. We have business, private citizens, employers, nonprofits, as well as our K-12 partners, especially Montgomery County Public Schools. So we are so grateful for the advocacy that allows the college to offer so many innovative learning opportunities to our students. And this is one of them, right? Or it will be soon, right? We're getting there. We're moving very quickly. The college is proud to be partnering with Hughes on this innovative venture. As you know, Hughes is a world-class provider of satellite and networking technologies with a long history in Montgomery County. We are thrilled to be able to support their continued success in our local community and around the world. I am confident that their high-tech professionals will be extraordinary models to our students, right? Many of whom are training for the very fields in which you specialize. Together, we can contribute even more to building the pipeline of talented, highly skilled workers in Maryland. When I talk to employers in the county and the state, they tell us that they need skilled workers in biotech, IT, and cybersecurity. There are also great needs in healthcare, human services, and education. Partnerships like this one create opportunities that are incomparable. Bringing Hughes into such close proximity to our students and faculty will expose them to high-tech career pathways that will be transformative. It'll provide new opportunities for interaction, for skills training, and for mentorship. We know that the pipelines to high skills jobs relies on these relationships and on the learning that takes place within them. So, the college is immensely grateful for all the work that has brought this collaboration to fruition. We are thrilled to be welcoming you to this new space where we are creating an integrated academic, business, and research campus to inspire the next generation of technology industry leaders and experts. We look forward to collaborating with Hughes very deeply for this wonderful partnership. Thank you so very much.
Well, hello, good people. So my parents met as students on the campus of Tacoma Park's Montgomery College campus 51 years ago. So I'm living proof that good things are produced through Montgomery College. And today is another exciting example of that. I want to thank Dr. Williams. I want to thank the Board of Trustees, both of the foundation and of the college itself. Dr. Pinkney in particular, thank you so much for establishing that context. Today is an example of what's possible here in Montgomery County when vision meets perseverance and the ability to work in partnership through public and private organizations. And when we add the academic component to that, we see the fruits of that labor through projects like this. The skills that these students are going to learn are going to help us meet the moment we are in the history of our planet. But just as importantly, this will advance economic development in ways in our community that will benefit the entire community for generations to come. The type of innovation and the patience and perseverance over the last 21 years to get us here today is extraordinary. On behalf of all of my colleagues on the County Council, I want to thank all of the partner organizations that made today possible. I want to thank our partners at the federal level, represented here by Congressman Trone, at the state level, represented by State Senator Nancy King, and the county executive as well. This, again, is an example of what's possible here in Montgomery County, but it is not the end. We will continue to aggressively pursue opportunities such as this so that future generations can benefit from the skills that these students will learn, and our community can continue to thrive in the way that it deserves. So thank you all very, very, very much for being here this morning. I unfortunately have to leave to go attend a council press conference. I would rather stay here. But I want to thank everyone once again for your continued leadership and development. Today is a great day in Montgomery County. Thanks so much.
Gabe, there are those of us in the county government who would rather you stay here than go to a press conference. Again, my name is Rich Madaleno. I have the honor to serve as the Chief Administrative Officer for the county government. I'm here to bring greetings from our County Executive, Mark Eldridge. County Executive Eldridge is at this time getting off an airplane from Northern California. So Bill Tompkins, Judy Costello, and I will be hearing lots about what's the business climate in Northern California and what he saw. So everyone who might be interacting with the county executive over the next few days, I'm just giving you fair warning, he's going to be talking about Northern California. So he wanted to make sure I thanked Dr. Pinkney for his leadership and commitment to this community and to this college. And I also want to give a shout out to Pat, because I know, as someone who was an elected official, someone who worked for the county government prior during the Duncan administration, there was no event here or around county government or around Montgomery County that Dr. Pinkney was at, that Pat was not also at. The two of you have been a partner for leading this institution in this community, so thank you, and it's wonderful to see you here today. I want to thank, on behalf of the executive, the whole PIC MC Foundation Board for your vision to be innovative with developing this campus. The county executive talks frequently about wanting to bring jobs to Montgomery County, wanting to bring opportunities to Montgomery County. As probably one of the most misunderstood and mischaracterized elected officials in the history of our county, you should know the county executive is concerned about development and about bringing jobs to our community, because jobs mean economic activity, they mean a better tax base, they mean opportunity, they mean housing. So he is thrilled to partner with the college in order to get this done. He is also thrilled about South Duval and Minkoff Development for their work at bringing this project to fruition. I want to give a special personal shout out to Andy. As a fellow Syracuse University graduate, I think he's wearing orange not because he wanted to be noticed, but because the Syracuse Orangemen are ranked 21st and 22nd in the polls for being undefeated in football. So I think we could even beat MC in football this year. So it's very exciting to share in some sporting excitement for the Orange. So, and of course, I want to thank Sheer Partners for handling the leasing of this space. And the county executive is also very thankful of our partners. As you heard Council President Albornoz talk, our partners at the federal level, Congressman Trone, as well as Congressman Raskin, Senators Van Hollen and Cardin, who are very committed to our community. Our partnerships with our state legislative delegation, you're going to hear from Senator Nancy King, whose long distinguished career has been marked by her commitment to education, MCPS and MC, and Delegate Lily Chi, who is representing the House of Delegates here. And the county executive very much looks forward to working with someone who has been just an outstanding leader for the Up County, Marilyn Balcom, whose commitment to this community has been long and strong. You can talk to Marilyn later about her future plans if you're interested. Can't say anything more than that in this setting, right? So he, of course, wants to thank Dr. Williams. For many of us who knew Dr. Pollard, we always thought whoever followed Dr. Pollard would have huge shoes to fill. It's so nice to see how quickly Dr. Williams has stepped up and continued that legacy of leadership in the community. So thank you, and thank you to Margaret Shoemaker, Martha Shoemaker and Margaret Latimer, who I understand retired on Friday, and Monday, this is your first day of retirement, is coming out here to celebrate a groundbreaking. So most especially the county executive wants to thank Hughes. Hughes has 1,500 employees in this county, and it's so nice that you've decided to keep the 300 employees who are associated with this manufacturing facility here in the county, growing this opportunity here for innovation. So with that, I am here to present a proclamation from the county executive to President Kaul. I don't want to mispronounce your name, and your entire team at Hughes. So on behalf of County Executive Mark Elrich and all of our colleagues at county government, please accept this proclamation on this big day. So I just hand that over to you. Thank you, and thank you for your commitment to this community. And now it is my honor to bring up our amazing congressman representing the 6th District of Maryland, which includes the upper part of Montgomery County, Congressman David Trone.
Morning, everybody. I really want to thank, Dr. Pinkney, unbelievable. What perseverance. 20-some years, and it's coming together in an amazing fashion. This is a great way to start off a Monday. You think that's the beginning of the week? Unfortunately, during election season, it looks a lot like a Sunday or a Saturday. There's really not much difference anymore. But frankly, this today is about two things that I really love, and that's education and business. And the ability to put those, two pieces together and create opportunities, for our young people. Too much in government is about short term. It's about today, tomorrow, and it should really be about 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, generational about our children. And that's what we have to try and get government to think about, to think long term. And that's what this project does, the combination of Montgomery College, Montgomery government here, right here, the county government, the state government, the federal government here to support, everybody coming together to create great jobs for our kids, a pipeline for that next generation. So this is really exciting. And as a business guy myself for 37 years and a member of Congress for now 4, I kind of feel like I'm on the business side, to be honest with you. And frankly, business is way more fun than politics. It ain't even close. So that's why I love being here. I serve on 3 college boards, so education is right up my alley, and something I really enjoy. But at the same time, I've got 12,000 employees across the United States. So I'm probably the largest business guy in Congress, and I think that gives me an advantage. They understand the needs of business, that making a profit is a good thing, and capitalism is an awesome program, and that's where we need to be, and will continue to be. So I love to support Hughes, love to support business across the county and across my area. But broadband is something that's particularly warm and important to me. Some statistics: 11% of Maryland households have insufficient broadband. 11%. It's probably not us in this room. But a lot of folks, those 11%, they're not here. 30 million Americans do not have the broadband they need. During this pandemic, when I talked to my school superintendents, story after story, 30, 40%, Washington County, Allegheny County, Garrett County, could not get teleeducation. So it's rural America, and it's often the urban deserts that are not getting the broadband that they need. I grew up on a farm in Pennsylvania, Adams County. That area still does not have the broadband. It's just like we have here in Western Maryland. So expanding broadband increases home values, job creation, health outcomes. Families save roughly $1,800 a year if they have efficient broadband. It's not just teleeducation, telehealth. And as you know, I work mostly in addiction, mental health, and medical research. Those are my 3 lanes. That's the 3 lanes I focus on. That's why I ran for Congress, those 3 lanes. And I think they're crucial. Supporting business, I'm all in. But you have to be narrow in your focus if you're going to move the needle in an institution like we have in Washington that's largely dysfunctional. So that's what we do. Focus on those areas, work bipartisan, and that bipartisanship is, I think, the key to our success. But we have had some tremendous success in broadband. And the part that we really need the help on is satellite broadband. I visited the Hughes facilities about a year ago, and this is another huge step in the right direction. Satellite broadband, efficient, cost-effective technology, connecting our communities in underserved areas. Right now, working to connect folks in Florida, where everything's been knocked out. Satellite broadband has connected Ukraine and kept that country's army and military infrastructure working in the face of tremendous adversaries. So satellite broadband is an unbelievable way to go. And guess what? The bipartisan infrastructure bill was $65 billion to broadband. That is the biggest change we're ever going to see in our lifetime. Federal government brought electricity, then they brought roads, and now they're bringing the electronic highway. The electronic highway, which we take for granted in this room, is not there for so many of our underserved communities, those communities that are struggling with addiction, not having mental health folks there that actually take care of their kids, their adults. So these are the communities that need the broadband. This $65 billion opens up a huge opportunity, and Hughes sees that, and they're going to step into the void, and that void will be filled in the next 3, 4, 7, 10 years. That $65 billion has all been appropriated, but it doesn't get spent for a number of years. So the next decade will be transformative to rural America, and we're going to see the changes where rural America will become such a more viable place to live with a great cost of living. They won't have $270, thank God for that. But they're going to have the opportunity to move forward in jobs and mental health and health care and teleeducation. And the work that Hughes Technology does here and will do across our country and across the world, for that matter, as we connect everybody together, that's what's so exciting, about this project. And right here, our backyard, it doesn't get any better than that. Our kids, our neighbors' kids, getting great, high-paying jobs, and that's what it's all about, how we can work for the next generation. So thanks for having us here today. It's an honor to be here. It's a great way to start off a Monday, and congratulations to Montgomery College, Montgomery County, and of course, Hughes Technology. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's always fun to be the last person that gets to speak because everything's already been said. But I was sitting here looking at the audience and thinking about the fact that I've been in the legislature for a little over 20 years. And I'm looking at some of the faces here, and some of you have been working with me that long. A lot of you were smart and retired. I haven't been that smart yet. Someday I'll do that. I'm not ready yet. But Jim Muir, especially, what a thrill it's been over the years working with you on various different projects, and you've just been such a champion here in Montgomery County. And I have to have Lily Chee, Delegate Lily Chee from District 15. Lily, stand up a second. Lily is also a real champion in Annapolis for education and science and technology, and I always enjoy working with her, so it was really nice to see you here today. The development of the science and technology complex is something that has been near and dear to me for a lot of years, and it's been a priority for our county and state. And if you look at the people that are here in the front this morning, the team that we have and the ability we have to all work together, from the state to the federal to the county, Not everywhere has that. I think we kind of take that for granted, but we have a really good working team here in Maryland and in Montgomery County. So I'm proud to be a part of that. I can't think of a more perfect company to be a part of this endeavor than the Hughes Network. And this international company with local roots is the ideal partner in this science and technology complex. And I must add that Hughes has been an active and respected part of our Montgomery County business community since I've been involved. Before I went to the legislature, I was on the school board, and we would talk to the Hughes people about education, even at that point. So it's a lot of years that they've been involved. And I also want to recognize Dr. Hercules Pinkney. You know, I got to work with him a lot when he was president and before, and we had a really good working relationship that I missed a lot when he left, and it's just wonderful to see you here today. And I can't think of a better person to name this building after than Dr. Pinkney. So thank you for being here this morning. And I'm loving this new college president. I got a chance to meet with him, and I think we're going to do some great things together, and the future is bright for Montgomery County. And I must say, it's really nice to have put this new building in District 39. We don't have a lot that we toot our horn about, but Montgomery College is one of my jewels that I get to brag about. So I'm very happy to have this happening here in Germantown. So thank you all for being here this morning. Thanks for being the support that we have, and we look forward to getting this building. I want to come to the ribbon cutting, so we gotta get it moving. So thank you all.
Thank you. Good morning. Fun way to get started for the week. You know, it's really a pleasure to get involved in projects in the phase where you're thinking about it, dreaming about it, and then finally see it become a success. Before I get started with some of my remarks, I'd like to introduce some of my colleagues. And there are a lot more than the people who are here, but I thought it would be good to recognize some of these folks because they've been very much involved in us getting going at Hughes with you folks in the college. So first I'd like to introduce Mr. Hamid Akivan, who's the CEO of EchoStar. Hamid, please. Hamid took over this job earlier this year, and I think this was probably the first major decision that Hamid had to make the investment in this building. And then many of my colleagues are here, but let me introduce some of my folks that have worked very hard on this project. Jimmy Muir has gotten a lot of recognition, but Jim's been tireless in getting this project done. And then John McEwen, who runs our manufacturing operations, also with his colleagues, did a lot of work. And then, of course, my two friends who work with me every day, Paul Gaskey, who's the Executive Vice President, and Ramesh Ramasamy, who runs our international operations. And you know, there are a lot of other folks, but it would take all day for me to recognize them here. Let me just make a quick set of remarks. You know, we bought this land near where we are situated here back in 1979. It was 50 acres of land that we were able to buy for a ridiculously cheap price. And we started building our campus at that time. We built what we call Building A and Building B, but that represented about 250,000 square feet of space and have continued to expand in the county over the last, almost 40 years. And we hope to continue that going forward. With tremendous collaboration between the college and the county, state and federal government, and the local biotech and technology industry, as well as with several institutions of higher education, this project was conceived. The college's Board of Trustees endorsed the concept of the Germantown Development Project, which included the co-location of a Sciences and Technology Business Park. I think the important thing is not the specifics of a particular project, etc., but it's the vision that the folks who started this project had. The vision was very good in that sense. It said, let's bring the academic world, the technology world, the manufacturing world, and the services world all together in creating an entity in Montgomery County that could be very successful in doing what we're trying to do. So today's groundbreaking of this HNS, or Hughes Network Systems satellite production facility, is part of that vision, and obviously it'll provide a lot of training and job opportunities. So with that, I'd like to thank you all from all the different entities, and I look forward to working with you in the future to continue to make this a big success. Thank you.
I spent 3.5 hours yesterday at Raven Stadium in the cold and the wind and the torrential rain. And so in a morning of thank yous, I want to thank Claudia and Melanie for the wisdom of bringing this event indoors, because I'm still getting over the chills from yesterday. Good morning, everybody. I know a lot of you here. We've been friends and worked together for a long time. I'm Robert Scheer. I'm president and founder of Scheer Partners and also of South Duval Investment Company. Together with the Minkoffs, South Duval is the co-development partner for this project. And they've asked me to get up and talk, and on behalf of the whole development team, we are thrilled to be here. It's an honor to be here. It's a great occasion. Not really sure we were going to get here. When we were negotiating or responding to the RFP and then negotiating all that, if you close your eyes and imagine, it was a pre-COVID world. We had no idea that we would end up trying to do all of this through a world pandemic. And it presented a lot of challenges. And no sooner were those challenges over than we started to face a whole nother set of challenges: spiking interest rates, complete disintegration of the supply lines, inflation, much of this brought about by the war in Ukraine. So we are really thrilled to be here today. And as a great politician, once said, it takes a village. Still shocked that she lost, but it does take a village. And nothing could be truer. I don't know if she was speaking about real estate, but in order to get real estate projects like this done that are very complicated, you really have to have a fantastic team. So I wanted to take a minute and just give a shout out, not so much to the college officials and the political officials who all have been incredibly supportive, but to really the nuts and bolts of this project. So first and foremost is the money, always important. I want to say thanks to Matt Tucker from Bridge Investments. Matt got on board very early in this project and has been hanging with us for many months as we work through a lot of the details of the project. Then next, of course, is all the design and engineering, and I don't think a lot of them are here today, but Arium Architects, Brian Frells led that charge for us. Hey, Brian. On the civil engineering side, Pat LeVay's team has been outstanding. A project like this, as you can imagine, there's a lot of legal nuances associated with it. We had teams of attorneys, but two that I want to mention are Tim Schwartz sitting here. Tim handled all of the transaction work, all of the debt work, all of the partnership work. In addition to Tim, we had Steve Robbins from Lurch Early doing all of the land use work. And of course, near and dear to my heart were the brokers. So representing Hughes was CBRE, Brad Wilner sitting over there, his partner Kevin Willey. And then Scheer Partners represented South Duval. And so I want to give a shout out to Henry Bernstein, Matt Brady, and Aaron Gambini for their work. In addition to that team, there were three other groups that I wanted to mention. First and foremost in my mind is Martha Shoemaker. Martha Shoemaker is the reason I'm involved in this project. Martha Shoemaker's commitment and tenacity to PIC MC was unparalleled. And I'm so glad she's here today. It's terrific to see you, Martha. Thank you so much. Next is my buddy getting another accolade, another shout out, but he deserves them all, and that's Jim Muir at Hughes. I've known Jim for 30 years. He has a lot of skills, but what he brings to this particular project, think about a very complicated lease negotiation and think about trying to figure out how your facility is going to be used after the pandemic, when you had no idea how work was going to be restored, how functions were going to be restored. Jim possesses the common sense, the big picture, the unflappability, if that's a word, to really get through a complicated and at sometimes contentious lease negotiation process. And last but not least, I do want to give a special shout out to the Minkoffs. They are a real estate institution in Montgomery County and a valued institution. I've worked with their father for many years and now working with Bradley Chod and Andy Chod, who run Minkoff. I've had the good fortune of having a lot of partners. I've never met people of higher integrity, better character, and work ethic than them. So it's been a thrill to be working with those guys on this project. And I'm going to finish up here. For me, as you can see, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been in commercial real estate for over 40 years. I've had the good fortune to be at a lot of groundbreakings, but this particular project is near and dear to my heart. It's somewhat of a legacy project for me because I am a graduate of Montgomery College. I went to I may have been in class with Gabe's parents back in, so I graduated from Montgomery College, Tacoma Park in 1976, but more importantly, 25 or 28 years later, I had two daughters graduate from Montgomery College. So I was on the board for very personal reasons, and I'm very serious about this institution. It's a phenomenal asset to the county and to our community. And for me to have played just a teeny role in this project, whereby I absolutely know as I stand here that Hughes' alignment with the mission of Montgomery College is going to make sure that for decades to come, these students are extremely well served with science and technology. That's a fantastic thing, and I'm thrilled to have been a part of it. So thank you all very much, and congratulations.
Trust us, we are very, very serious about the project. So let me invite our guests to take shovel, starting with Honorable Rich Madaleno, Honorable David Trone, Honorable Nancy King, Mr. Kaul, Dr. Williams, Trustee Brintnall, Dr. John Compton, Dr. Pinkney, Robert Shear, Andy Chard, Bradley Chard, Matt Tucker, John McQuan, and Mike Smith.
The entire PIC MC project has always been about students, providing job opportunities, internships, exposure to people from the industry coming into the classroom. It's all about students.
I think it's really important for the college because it's transformative. It really puts us on the map relative to business development and partnering with businesses on an academic level. So we hope to replicate this multiple times with other businesses that we engage in ground leases with. And as we heard earlier today, Hughes is staying in county as a result of this building with respect to this manufacturing capability. So we not only have research and development activities here, but now we have manufacturing as well. So it's sort of a whole circle of excellence that we hope to achieve on a multiple basis now going forward with other businesses we hope to attract to the PIC MC property.